Now, where's my other aspect of hope? Because just in case the naysayers, the bad mouthers, are correct about Joe Biden, his mental acuity or whatever right now, his physical stamina or whatever, that this wasn't just a information overload that caused him to go into that mode on Thursday night. What if that's real? Okay. Well, here's my answer. Okay. There's a whole nother piece of the puzzle that a lot of folks are missing. Okay. And that piece of the puzzle is Joe Biden's vice president, Kamala Harris. Okay. And as for me, I'll take a fairly honest man any day who stumbles in his speech and occasionally tells a lie. And I'll take that person, especially when that fairly honest person has another fairly honest person, especially a woman, backing him if something happens, okay? And according to the Constitution of the United States, hear me now, and according to the Constitution of the United States, in the case of the removal of the president from office or his death or his resurrection, resignation. In case of the removal of the president from the office or his death or his resignation, the vice president, and I quote, shall become president. Okay, my friends, Joe Biden has a strong woman standing with him who will pick up and continue his legacy should something happen to him. Kamala Harris is ready on day one. If Joe Biden stumbles, Kamala takes over. If Joe Biden falls, Kamala takes over. If Joe Biden is unable to finish his term in office, Kamala Harris becomes the next president of the United States. And y'all need to stop being played by these Republicans and these ignorant others who are just trying to scare you into thinking it's hopeless. And whether it's a Biden-Harris ticket or a Harris-Biden ticket or a Harris and a Pastor Dixon ticket, y'all better stop underestimating this sister. Joe Biden's legacy will carry on, and that's why Joe picked her. Not only once, but twice. Think of it. I see women that are saying, well, Joe's this, that, and that, blah, blah, blah. Joe wins, and so if something does happen to him, Kamala Harris becomes the president of the United States, the first female president of the United States, the first black female president of the United States, and the second African-American president of the United States in modern times. And y'all got a problem with that? There's something wrong with y'all if y'all got a problem with that. Absolutely. Get the heck out of here with that. I ain't down with that. I don't understand that. Maybe your vision is too short-sighted. Maybe you're listening to them naysayers and carrying on. But we need to push Joe Biden straight on through until he beats Donald Trump in November with Kamala Harris as his vice president, knowing that the backup plan is that over the next 4 years, if anything happens to Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, a black woman, first female president, she becomes the president of the United States. And she's fully capable and got more guts than most of the men I've seen out here, especially on the Republican side, and will run this nation properly, continuing the legacy of Joe Biden moving forward. We can't be that shallow. I don't see why the people that are talking all this mess, why they're not thinking about that. All we got to do is get Joe in there and not Donald Trump. I'm not even going to talk about the negative aspects of Trump winning. Okay, other than the fact that Trump wins, me and wifey, we out. We out. I'll send y'all our mailing address. Okay. But we get Joe Biden in there. The backup plan is Kamala Harris. No matter what happens. I pray that he will, and I'm certain that he will serve his 4 years, because if you heard his speeches now since that debate and before that debate, then you know that wasn't really him at that debate. He's much stronger. And I pray that he will go strong for 4 years. But if he doesn't, the backup plan is the sister. Come on, somebody. The sister who supports and defends democratic values. The sister who stands firm on representing all our nationalities, black, white, red, brown, and yellow. The sister who believes in unions and living wages and expanding Medicaid and making sure that public education is accessible to all and that we figure out ways to have affordable housing throughout the place, who will sign legislation to benefit the little people and increase the working party. Something that nobody with Donald Trump, who he picks or who he doesn't pick, is going to do that. All we got to do is get Joe in. Are we that stupid? Are they that gullible? I've had people that made comments as I was promoting this live tonight, made comments, and I see not a lot of people have gotten on, unfortunately, because they're going to go on talking about he old, he this, that, and the other. But they don't understand. If Joe doesn't win, Donald Trump wins. There's going to be no options. It's going to be either or. Cornel West cannot win. Robert F. Kennedy cannot win. Jill Stein cannot win. They don't have a snowball chance in hell of beating Donald Trump. There's only one person in this nation right now, including Kamala Harris, who has a chance to beat Donald Trump, and that's Joe Biden. That's it. And the backup plan is the sister, who's his vice president, who, if anything happens to him, removal from the office, his death or his resurrection, his resignation, she, the vice president, shall become president according to the Constitution of the United States. But in the case of Donald Trump, he's going to choose a do-boy, a yes man, someone who will do exactly what Trump tells him to do and will continue Trump's legacy of hate and the destruction of our precious democracy. Yep.